At the Team Automotive Group, we're turning Teacher Appreciation Week into a month-long celebration. Bring your teacher ID to any of our dealerships and save an additional $500 off of any new car purchase. It's our way of saying thanks for all you do in the classroom at every location of the Team Automotive Group.
That would be concerning and maybe set a precedent moving forward.
If you had plans to be outside, you might hit a couple of these little passing showers.
A drug bust and a few arrests made. Look at what they hauled in here. We're talking stories of last night, and you know, a lot of folks dealing with some crazy. The wind that came through here for a lot of folks, the rain that came through here for a lot of folks. You know, I was watching Jay last night, right over where you are. He says, you know, one of the benefits of this thing was moving like 40 miles an hour, and he said maybe the benefit is it goes through so fast. Maybe we don't get the torrential rains that we're going to get, but my goodness, there was a lot of rain, a lot of wind.
Power outages too,
Power outages
causing a lot of
I
that.
slept through this whole thing.
Well, you know,
I left this morning and there were wrought iron mailboxes in my neighborhood leaning like this. Not mine. I reinforced mine years ago. That's probably illegally reinforced. But
illegal.
HOA,
your car
you didn't
up.
hear that.
Nobody's watching.
No.
But the focus again today, first of all, we got people without power. We got some damage out there. We got roads that need to be cleaned out of the way. And we maybe have some more coming.
The key word there was again.
Yeah, and that's right. It's been a heck of a week.
It really has been.
And we're maybe not quite done just yet. Although I think a decent chunk of today is not going to be so bad. That includes this morning. We're not necessarily completely dry, but nothing severe at this hour. Tracking scattered showers, a couple of storms, especially just west of Metro Baton Rouge at this hour. Some of the heavier downpours now from near Morganza back towards Melville. We've had a couple of pops of lightning with that. Showers extending across West Feliciana into Wilkinson County, and then over the west side of the Atchafalaya Basin back towards Lafayette. Not much showing up east of Baton Rouge at this hour. Here's what Futurecast shows. Doing a pretty good job of capturing what's going on right now. So that's 8 a.m. showing that band making some slow eastward progress. Here we are at noon. Scattered showers, a couple of storms, but I think you get the idea. Nothing major showing up. And as we get into the afternoon, this has been the real big change this morning relative to what we were seeing in the guidance for much of the day yesterday. Guidance yesterday was pretty uniform and consistent and showing a severe weather threat returning late this afternoon to this evening. Well, this morning, it's kind of backed off of that idea a bit. So at 4 o'clock, showing some showers and a few storms returning, but not looking as active as it did in runs yesterday. So does that mean we're done with the severe weather threat? Unfortunately, not necessarily. You see a band of rain showing up as we get closer to midnight. Now let's jump over the graph model, which has that band of rain in a similar position. Notice, though, how the graph does regenerate some storms overnight. There's going to be another upper air disturbance that could very well lead to some redevelopments. That's 1:30 in the morning. Here we are at 4 a.m. Saturday. Might look like it's all exiting, right? Well, the graph does generate one more wave right around daybreak before finally breaking things up mid to late morning on Saturday, and we start to get some sunshine tomorrow afternoon. So with that in mind, the Storm Prediction Center is maintaining that level 2 out of 5, slight risk of severe weather area-wide today, tonight, tomorrow morning. We'll get an update within the hour. If there are any changes, I'll let you know. We do still have the flood watch in effect for much of the area through 7 o'clock this morning. Now, the graph model, which hits the storms pretty hard overnight tomorrow morning, does generate an additional 1 to 4 inches of rain near and south of the interstates. HRRR has some numbers that high, but keeps more of the rain south of I-10. So still some uncertainty on where that next round of rain may set up late tonight, tomorrow morning. This morning, we're at 74 in Baton Rouge, Gonzales, 69 degrees in New Roads. We'll see temperatures in the low 80s at noon, highs in the mid 80s. And again, I'm not expecting anything widespread through the day today, but we are going to keep that first alert weather day posted tonight into tomorrow morning, as we could see some strong storms return. But beyond mid-morning tomorrow, it gets much quieter. Then it's going to heat up. 92 for a high Sunday. Looks like low to mid-90s throughout next week. 7:07 now with a check on your Friday morning drive. Here's John.
Roads are fine. I can take a lot of your time. Want to get right back to Matt and Liz with some updates on what you may have missed during 9 News this morning. I-10 at Essen Lane. Do want to remind you this section of I-12 east closed Monday night. Nothing to worry about over the weekend. More on that Monday. From the College Drive to downtown, light to moderate traffic. Little traffic getting a little busier on the bridge going into and out of Baton Rouge. 7:07, we did have a busy night overnight. We've got a busy morning show this morning. If you missed any of it, going to highlight some of the top headlines right after these messages on WAFB 9 News Now.
Seven your time right now. Welcome back to it, everybody. As Johnny was talking about, very active night leading to hopefully, we're hoping for a quiet morning. But what happened last night, we're going to get to everything here in a quick minute. There are some things going on today worth celebrating, and we think we still get to do some of these. For example, we're going to graduate some folks up on the bluff, Southern University.
9 a.m. is when commencement kicks off there at the F.G. Clark Activity Center. Just know everything is still scheduled as normal here over on Southern's campus on the bluff. So they are opening that seating at 9 o'clock today. Make sure you head inside. Make sure you're paying attention. If you're hitting any roads closed on the way there, just be careful.
Hey, let's do the same thing a little south of Southern University. LSU with graduation ceremonies as well. All the information you need, lsu.edu/commencement. It is, look, man, this has been hard-earned for a lot of, I was about to say kids, young adults. And so it's good to see both Southern and LSU. Oh, by the way, BRCC has pinning ceremonies today as well. So higher education, trying to do their thing and get those kids young adults across the stage.
Look, to parents, you'll always be your kids, right?
That's very true.
Well, topping our weather coverage, we were tracking this line of storms as it crossed from Houston to Texas to Beaumont to Lake Charles to our area. So let's start in Houston, where we are tracking sites like this. The Houston mayor says 4 people died as a result of last night's storms. They held a press conference last night. The fire chief there in Houston, he said 3 of those deaths resulted in wind damage, trees knocking down onto people's homes. One of them knocking down a power utility pole there too. A lot of damage that they're still assessing this morning. And Matt, when we're seeing that as that storm track,
that's the Astros
yeah, look at that.
Right there.
But winds up to 100 miles per hour.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
And so that's why when you think about the power outages in Texas alone, and the bulk of it is Houston, right? Harris County, 750,000 or so power outages right there. And Texas as a whole got like 800. They were topping out at like 900,000 customers. So that's homes and businesses. And then you get into Louisiana. And we're under this one. Here we go. Weather-related closures today in Louisiana. Where we have some school closures. Ascension Head Start in Donaldsonville closed today. East Feliciana Public Schools, they were one of the first ones to let us know today. No classes, no schools for East Feliciana at all today.
No, Charter Slaughter, also the Slaughter Charter School, they're also closed today. Now, Silliman is still open, but buses are not running. And to Matt's point, it's because of power outages. A lot of schools are saying we don't have power at them, and that's why EBR, they've got about 7 schools that are closed this morning. Iberville Parish, you've got Crescent Elementary closed. As we learn about any more closures throughout the day, we're going to update our story on the 9 News app. It's going to be one of the top stories waiting for you right there on the 9 News app. But that's not the only thing that weather is impacting, Matt.
So this as well. We were just talking about the graduation ceremonies for LSU and Southern and BRCC. This right here, I want to make sure you know, in Iberville Parish, they've got 4 graduation ceremonies that were scheduled for today that are being postponed until tomorrow. Plaquemine High, North Iberville High, White Castle, and East Iberville High. Again, scheduled for today, now being postponed until tomorrow at 3 o'clock.
So if you were in an area where you're prone to flooding, well, maybe sandbags is a a good idea
Yeah,
as we
true.
anticipate another couple rounds here of potentially severe weather. East Baton Rouge Parish and West Baton Rouge Parish have sent us the list of sandbag locations. We've got them also on the 9 News app. You can see starting there right at the top with EBR, and then West Baton Rouge, they're asking you to bring your own shovel. They've got the sand and the sandbags. But again, folks, you're waking up and you're thinking, oh, it's dry right now. This is the time to go and do that. Go prepare and fill up those sandbags. To Steve's point, he mentioned this earlier, making sure you're going outside, kind of assessing the land and see if any of your storm drains are clogged up. This will be a good time to pick up any debris that's laying around. And go ahead before the next round of rain comes, pick all that up.
You know what, here's the thing. Look, I've got to do some of that at my house, in fact. But I don't want to. We got curbside pickup in EBR on Monday, right? Well, I got some stuff I need to get out to the curb, but I'm going to wait. And so just maybe think about this, right? I've got some of this stuff already piled up in my front yard. I'm going to wait until whatever happens today passes. The closer it is to my house, maybe just kind of blows around in my yard. If I put that out at the curb right now, whatever happens today might end up in the road, cause more of an issue. So yes, if you're in EBR, you got some damage, EBR has already announced curbside storm-related debris pickup is set for Monday, but maybe wait and do that Saturday afternoon, right? Once everything is kind of passed and you know you're not going to be blowing stuff into the street.
Because we are still tracking those multiple rounds here, so we want to remind you here, today is a first alert weather day, and you can see Steve has a weather story up for you. Make sure you download the WAFB weather app. It is free to download. It's a great resource. We'll let you know when that severe warning is coming to your neighborhood. We're keeping on top of those flood washes, the severe weather outlook for the rest of our Friday into Saturday. And remember, some of the games for softball and baseball have also been rescheduled, kind of moved up earlier today. So stay on top of that. But also, if you are seeing damage in your neighborhood, we need you to send those photos in. If it's a safe place for you to do so, you are okay this morning, please send them in to us, 9reports.com, or you can actually send us your photos through our WAFB News app and our weather app. There's a section for you, a bubble, 9 reports. Go ahead and click that. Submit them to the weather bubble, and what's really helpful, folks, tell us where it is. If you are in Denham or in Baton Rouge or in Baker, please let us know what street we're looking at so we can kind of guide this and let folks know. Thanks to folks there in Bell River sending us that power strike. This is from Becca Shono in Denham Springs. So a lot of this is helpful because this helps us tell that story.
It sure does. And the story's not quite done here, Steve. We're getting ready for whatever comes this afternoon and then into tonight.
Yeah, it looks like through the day today it's going to be kind of hit and miss showers and storms and a minimal severe weather threat during the day. But tonight into tomorrow morning, could see some more active storms return, so stay alert.
Everybody be careful out there.
That's the goal.
Hope
That's
you
the
have a
goal.
generator, you rich people.
Oh. He's staying over at your house.
He's looking at me?
He's staying over at your house. Be safe.
Embrace the luxury, safety, and comfort of Mazda with 0% financing at Team Mazda. Right now, get 0% financing on any new Mazda CX-5, Mazda CX-30, Mazda CX-50, or Mazda CX-90. The savings are here at Baton Rouge's Mazda dealer, Team Mazda.